at your leisure. Okay, now we're recording. All right, so class on neck and shoulders, upper back and chest. So settle yourself down on the floor so you feel your shoulders relaxed. And you can experiment a little bit here with, most of you have your knees bent. Go ahead and slide the legs out so that they're straight and see if anything happens in your neck and shoulders that changes that. If there's any strain that came in or any shifting that happened. And then bend your knees again. And again, notice, is this a more comfortable position for the head, neck, and shoulders? So I find that when the knees are bent, it ends up relaxing the neck and the shoulders. And when you have your legs out, it gives a little pull on the spine away from the floor, and the head ends up tipping back and the shoulders end up rounding towards the ceiling. So you want to be in a position where you can really relax the shoulders. And then just tune into your breath. So taking a few moments to just let your body settle, and also your breath. So slowing down your breath, feeling the soft flow of the air in and out of the nostrils. And now we're going to start working with the arms just in a gentle way. So right now, have your backs of your hands, so your back hands, your elbows, the backs of the arms on the floor, if they're not already there. So this is external rotation. The thumbs are rotated away from your body. And now when we do this rotation, you're going to rotate from the shoulders. So not just from the wrists and the elbows, but the whole shoulder joint is going to roll as you exhale. Now roll the arms so that the thumbs turn in towards the body, and you might notice that your shoulders roll up towards the ceiling a little bit. So now your thumbs are closer in towards your body than your pinkies. And now again, rolling out. So you're just going to continue to just roll external at the shoulders, thumbs roll out, and then internal. So the palms go down, the inner elbows go down, everything. So not just the lower arms, but at the shoulder joints too. And notice what happens across the chest and the upper back as you do this. And you might even notice a little bit of sensation or pull in the neck as you roll the arms in and out, just exploring the sensations that are happening there. Good. And then finishing, rolling the palms down and then rolling the palms up again from the shoulders, from the base of the arms at the shoulders. Now do a little adjustment there so that the shoulders feel flat, because they might have gotten kind of tucked or shifted a little bit. Okay, now this is where you need your glide room on either side of you. So now with the palms facing up, as you inhale, kind of like angel wings, like making a snow angel, you're going to glide the arms along the floor, backs of the hands sliding on the floor. If the hands come off the floor, you're going to stop. But go up as high as you can go without your arms coming off the floor. And then as you exhale, bring the arms in a big snow angel back down again alongside your hips. Backs of the hands are still on the floor. And now on an inhale, again, reach through the fingertips. So you're reaching from the center of your chest out to the fingertips as you draw the arms up, sliding on the floor. And then as you exhale, reach from the center of the chest out through the fingertips and back down again alongside the hips. Do this 2 more times. And focusing on the reach coming from the center of your chest, not just from the shoulders to the fingertips, but the center of the chest out to the fingertips. And then exhaling back down again, center of the chest, and just rest your arms for a moment and let the fingers relax a little bit. Good. So now you've taken the arms up as much as you comfortably can. And so that's where we're going to go to next. So as you inhale, just bring the arms back up again, wherever you can go without straining the shoulders. The arms are still on the floor. Now as you exhale, you're gonna bend the elbows down alongside your body. So they come into two little V's. Hands, backs of the hands still stay on the floor. And the elbows come down close to your chest or your side ribs. And then as you inhale, the arms slide along the floor, coming up. And you're gonna bend the elbows like you're pulling down two rubber bands above your head, and you're pulling those rubber bands down, and the elbows bend in towards your ribs, and the elbows slide down towards the ribs. That's right, Iris, you got it, but you keep your back hands on the floor. Back hands stay on the floor. Good. Inhale, bring the arms up alongside your body, and then up above your head, however you can go, funnel shape. And then exhale, backs of the hands, backs of the arms stay on the floor as you glide the arms down, elbows to ribs. You're bending the elbows. That's right, you got it now, Iris. Good. Looks like Edie and Laura, you have it, and I cannot see Mary and Laura. Or Karen. Inhale, I can see you, Laura. Inhale, take the arms up again. And one last time, take the elbows down alongside your body until the elbows come towards the ribs. Good. And then just straighten out the arms and let them come back down alongside your body again. Straight arms. So you might have felt a little bit of upper shoulder there as we did that. Pull. Okay, let's work on the legs a little bit. Let's just let the shoulders relax a little bit. And if you don't have your knees bent, please bend them. And then take your right knee in towards your chest and take your hands on the back of the thigh. So if your hands don't reach the back of the thigh without the shoulders pulling away from the floor, this is where you need your strap. So you can get your strap around the back of the thigh if your shoulders are pulling away from the floor. Okay, then you're grounded through your left foot. So bend your left knee, Laura, and put your foot on the floor. Okay, good. Now, on an inhale, take that leg up towards the ceiling. So you press up through the heel, open the back of the leg. Good. Now, as you exhale, bring that leg back down again in towards the chest. Bend the knee in. Now, as you inhale, keep the knee bent and just move the leg away from your belly a little bit, just as long as your arms go. And then exhale the knee back in towards the chest. Knee comes in towards the chest. And on an inhale, take the leg up again towards the ceiling. That's a little pattern we have here. That's an inhale. Then as you exhale, the knee comes back in towards the chest. As you inhale, knee stays bent and the knee moves away from the chest. Then as you exhale, the knee moves back in towards the chest. As you inhale, straighten that leg up. Mary, put the strap on your back thigh. It'll be easier. Exhale and take the knee in towards the chest. Inhale, keep the knee bent away from the chest. Exhale the knee back in towards the chest. Inhale, stretch the leg up. And then keep it there. Keep the leg lifted. Good, that looks good, Mary. Keep the back of the thigh pressing either into your hands or the strap so you get the back knee to lengthen out. So Iris, see if you can press the thigh into the strap a little more and stretch up through that heel, which might mean that you need to take your leg away from your belly a little bit. You can move the leg away from your belly and get more length through your leg. Good. Now, in that position, start to rotate your ankle. Rotating the ankle in circles around and around. And after about 4 or 5 times in one direction, swivel the other way. Good, and then bring that foot to center and exhale and bring that foot down to the floor. So this movement, 1, 2, 3, 4, has 4 different positions. This little sequence with the leg has 4 different positions. And some of look like some of you grasped it and some of you not quite. So let's work on that in the next leg. So now the right foot is on the floor, the left knee is pulled in towards the chest, and use your strap there if you need to on the back of the thigh. And so the right foot's on the floor, Mary, so bend your knee and put the foot on the floor. There you go, that'll stabilize. Okay, so here is the sequence. Listen carefully. So as you exhale, that bent knee, your left knee comes in towards the chest. So tuck it in towards the chest. The knee stays bent. On an inhale now, stretch that leg up so that it lengthens. Good, that's number 2. Number 3 is bringing that knee in towards the chest again. And number 4 is keeping the leg bent and the knee moves away from the chest a little bit. Okay, good. Now we start with number 1 again. The knee pulls in towards the chest. Number 2 is the leg reaching up towards the ceiling, opening up the back thigh, back knee. Number 3 is exhaling the knee in towards the chest again. So that's one that we repeat. And then inhale, number 4 is the knee moving away from the chest. Okay, let's do that again. Exhaling, number 1, knee in towards the chest. Inhaling, leg lengthens up. That's the second movement. Exhaling, taking the knee in towards the chest again, repeating that movement. And the 4th one is the knee moving away from the chest. Good. One more time on your own. Can you remember that sequence and where it goes with the breath? Good, and then when you get back to that knee move away from the chest, you go back to number 1, knee moves into the chest again, and then number 2, the leg moves up and stretches towards the ceiling, and then we're just gonna hold it there. Just like we did with the other side, make sure you're still stable through the right foot, and then start to do your ankle circles, making sure that the back leg is open, you're opening that back knee as much as you comfortably can, and rolling about 4 or 5 times one direction and then about 4 or 5 times the other direction. Just waking up those ankles. Wonderful. And then bring the foot to center and bring that foot down to the floor. And you can set the strap aside if you were using one. And now you're going to need some room above your head to stretch your arm above your head without whapping your furniture or anything else. Okay, so just give a little test drive there and see if you have space. So the knees still stay bent and the feet are hip width apart, and both feet are fully engaged with the floor. So we're going to start just with the arm movement and have the arms down alongside your body, with the palms facing down. So this is internal rotation. The thumbs are more close to your body. Now, you're gonna work with your right arm. Take your right arm and reach it up over the head so it comes up towards the ceiling. Fingertips point towards the ceiling, and then you keep going however far you can go. Maybe it's not all the way, that's fine. Now the palm faces up. And then exhale and bring that arm back down alongside your body. Then the left side, take the left arm up. On an inhale, fingertips reach towards the ceiling, and then the back of the hand comes towards the floor. And then as you exhale, the arm comes back down, palm on the floor. Okay, first side, right arm, fingertips reach up and the back of the hand comes towards the floor. And exhale, fingertips come back towards the ceiling and back down towards the floor again, palm down. And then your left side, inhaling, taking that arm up. And exhaling it back down again. So now this is a 3-part sequence. And so that was part 1. So with everybody's arms down alongside their body now, palms facing down, let's do part 2. So this is where we add the head turn. So we're working on the side neck here and the top of the shoulder. So as you inhale, you're gonna keep your gaze towards your ceiling and your right arm comes up again, just like we did before. Now this is where we add in the head. As you exhale, the arm comes down and your head swivels to your left, away from your right arm. Just let the head roll to the left, however far it can go. The arm is down. The arm is down. Yeah, okay. Now, left arm on an inhale comes up and your head rolls to center. Head rolls to center, your gaze is towards the ceiling. And now as you exhale, the left arm comes down. At the same time, the head rolls to the right. So the arm comes down, the head rolls to the right. Let's get in a rhythm here. Now the right arm comes up and your head centers. So you're looking at your ceiling now, right? You're gazing at your ceiling. And now as you exhale, the arm comes down and you roll the head to the left. The arm comes down. Then the left arm comes up and your gaze is towards the ceiling. Good. And then as you exhale, the arm comes down and your gaze goes to the right. Okay. Now bring your gaze back to center again. And now we're going to add part 3. So this is where we get the whole body involved. And now not only are we working on the arm and the neck, but we're going to involve the chest and the upper back at the same time. So we're going to go into bridge when the arm raises and you're on your inhale. And you're going to do the exact same thing that you just did that second time as the body comes back down to the floor where you are now. So I'll talk you through it and we'll see how much you understand it. Okay, so starting with the right arm, keep your gaze towards the ceiling, press your feet into the floor, and as you bring the arm up, go into your bridge. So you lift your hips away from the floor. Lift your hips away from the floor. As the arm goes up, your gaze is centered. Then as you exhale, roll your spine back down to the floor and your head rolls to the left. So you got 3 moving parts here, all at the same time, coming down. Perfect. Now the left arm comes up, press through the feet, the spine lifts, your gaze centers, bring your head to center. And then as you exhale, come down out of the bridge, the arm comes back down and your head rolls to the right. Then the right arm comes up as your head centers and you bridge, bringing your hips up. And then exhale and roll the spine down from the back of the neck, upper back, lower back, pelvis as the head turns to the left. And then the left arm comes up as you bridge and your head centers. Beautiful. And as you exhale, the arm comes down, your spine rolls back down again and the head turns to the right. And then go ahead and bring your head back to center again. So that was just giving a little massage to all the parts and pieces we're going to be working on today. And if you do a lot of computer work or even gardening work where you're hunched over something for long periods of time, this little sequence that we did just now is just perfect to balance out. Okay, so Mary, we're going to now have the arms down alongside the body, both arms. and tuck the knees in towards the chest. And again, we're doing a little balancing out of our bridge. So you allow the back to lengthen here and have each hand on the back of each thigh. And shoulders relax down towards the floor. And as you inhale, stretch both legs up now, reaching both legs up towards the ceiling. Good. And if they don't straighten all the way in the hands there, that's okay. Exhale and bring the knees back in towards the chest. Good. And inhale, stretch up through the heels, open the toes back towards your face. And exhale, tuck your knees back in again. And one more time, inhale, lifting the legs up, reach up through the heels, open the toes, and exhale back in again. And then bring the feet to the floor. Excellent, and then come roll over to your side and come to sitting. And this is where you might need to adjust your camera. And just sit however comfortably you can to keep the spine tall. So I'm sitting on a couple blankets here, and that might work for you to sit up a little taller on something, even sitting on a block like Iris, and sit up tall. So one of the things that happens when we, if we're not sitting up tall, I think you can maybe see this, is if I can't sit up tall, what that means is I have a little lower back curve forward, and then a little back neck curve forward, like my lower back, and then the sacrum and the upper back are what curve out a little bit, but not overly. So you want to, it involves the pelvis rolling forward a little bit. So now just imagine if this is, you know, sometimes you need to sit up in a chair to get this straight spine, but just imagine that you're not sitting up straight and you're kind of slumped, and then we start doing this arm work. What's happening in the neck as you start to move the arms? Are you creating freedom in your neck as you go up? Does it look like I'm creating freedom in my neck? Yes or no? No. Okay, so when you're doing arm work, it's really important to make sure you can keep your spine up tall, or else you're actually not helping yourself with this next arm movements that we're doing. And sometimes that means sitting in a chair. So make sure you can sit tall. Okay, so have the arms hang down by the side. Okay, so they're just hanging there like ragdoll arms. Good. Now, we're going to work with your right side first. So as you exhale, you're going to squeeze the shoulder and the ear towards each other. So you're just dipping the ear towards the shoulder, shoulder lifts towards the ear, and then release again. So this is what we're calling neutral, when you spring back gently. And now exhale and squeeze again. So you make sure that the opposite shoulder stays dropped, and then back again. So the left shoulder stays dropped as you squeeze the right shoulder, right ear, and hold for a breath. So just hold and keep breathing and hold. Let that left shoulder drop, the ragdoll arm, keep your spine tall, and then inhale, bring everything back to neutral again. So then just notice the difference on the sides, perhaps. And then let's do the other side. So your left shoulder as you exhale and your left ear come together, but your right shoulder stays dropped, and then come back to neutral. So you're just doing everything very gently. You're not just springing back all of a sudden. Exhale and squeeze. So you're letting those muscles know it's okay. And then come back out. And then on this third time, shoulder to ear, ear to shoulder, and hold. making sure that your right shoulder is dropped. You're feeling very relaxed there in the right shoulder, just letting it release. So it's not just about the left side squeezing, it's about also the right side stretching. So just letting that arm hang and then gently release back. Good, and then let's do some shoulder rolls, again with that nice tall spine. Rolling the shoulders. So here we're doing internal rotation as the shoulders come forward and external rotation as the shoulders go back. So get the whole arm all the way from the shoulders down to the fingertips involved. So on the inhale, the pinkies move towards the hips. On the exhale, the thumbs move towards the hips. Your shoulders are rolling and so are your arms. Good, and one last time, getting all that involved there, rolling the shoulders back and down, and then settling for a moment with the backs of the palms on your thighs, or backs of your hands, palms up, sitting up tall. So make sure the sternum is lifted, the shoulders are rolled back, sliding down, and that the head is drawn back so that the ears are in line with the shoulders. And just feel any sensation, new tinglings. And then go ahead and we'll release the sitting posture and come up to standing. And this again, it might be a moment where you need to adjust your camera so that I can see most of you. So now for this, let's have your chair ready and your block. So you'll just have your chair close by. We're not going to go straight to it, but you'll just have your chair close by. And then you'll have your block, and I'd like you to put it there between the thighs. Okay, so all the good and balanced principles of our mountain pose. So we start with the feet. So the feet are even across the base of the feet, from the big toes to the pinky toes. And then to the center balls of the heels. And then just like we talked about before, in the sitting position, making sure that you have a soft forward curve of the lower back. And you can bend the knees a little bit, and if you tend to push your hips backwards, you can draw your buttocks down towards the floor. If you tend to tuck a little bit, which is harder for me, that's not my tendency, then you're going to actually allow the hips to push back a little bit more. So finding that neutral in your spine and then push through the feet and stand up tall. And then into the back body, you're going to roll the shoulders open and turn the palms towards the front. So the pinkies are in line with the sides of your body. And then finally the head, bringing the ears back in line with the shoulders so the chin tucks back a little bit. Okay, good. Now you're ready for the arm work that we're going to do, and the palms facing forward, reach through the fingers. And again, imagine that you're moving from the center of your chest, not just from the shoulder area, but your movement of the arms is from the center of the chest. Inhale and reach up, just like we did on the floor. When you were sliding your arms along the floor, keep them in line with your side body and only go high enough that you can keep the arms that way. And then as you exhale, reach out from the center of the chest down through the fingertips. Make sure your mountain pose is nice and solid as you reach out again, stretching up through the fingertips, and stop before your shoulders come to your ears, and exhale down. So you want to make sure that all of this works for your shoulders. One last time, inhaling, swooping up. And exhaling, swooping down. And now a little endurance here, a little strengthening. Bring the arms up at shoulder level and hold. Hold the arms, exhale, draw the navel back. And then bring the arms up to our second position, kind of like a funnel shape. Not your maximum, but maybe 2/3 up. Holding there, stretching from the center of the chest, center of the upper back, reaching out through the fingertips. And then our third lift is wherever you can comfortably come to without straining the shoulders. Good, and Karen, I see that you're accommodating for difference in both shoulders. That's good. Good, so we're just holding it again from the center of the chest. Keep the chest lifting, the center of your upper back, drawing forward and up. And then exhale, turn your palms down towards the floor and swing the arms down. Good, and just roll through the shoulders a little bit. Good, okay. Now, that's our one direction there. We're going to bend the knees and take the block out. And this is where you're gonna face your chair. So let me just show you, well, actually, I think you guys know this one enough. You're gonna have the chair right in front of you. Does everybody have a chair right in front of you? We lost Iris. She disappeared. Okay, so you're gonna have the seat of the chair facing you. So you're gonna turn that seat around, Mary. Okay, so Iris, I see that you're plugging in your computer. Just jump in when you can. We're gonna have the seat facing us, the chair seat facing you, and step your right foot forward and your left foot back. So what ends up happening when we do a lot of hunching over things like we do all our lives is we get more rounded in the upper back. So working on the upper back here, you're not, again, only moving the arms. So let's just try this at the arms. So the palms are together. And then when you open your wings, the shoulder blades come closer to each other and press forward towards your chest. Yeah, nice action there. Good. And then exhale, close the arms, palms together. So now we're going to take that into our little lunge. So you're not fully in a lunge right now. Your front leg is just slightly bent. And when you come into the lunge, you're going to have that arm movement at the same time. The shoulder blades press into the body, opening the chest. And as you exhale, come back to center again. And out of the lunge a little bit. Inhale, coming forward. I want you to feel the shoulder blades. So as you come into the lunge, the shoulder blades press into the back. And exhale, back to center again. And then inhale, coming back into that little lunge, and you're going to stay in this position. And we're going to do what we did on the floor when we split our arms up now, so alongside your body. And as you exhale, pull them down alongside your body. Nice. So the arms stay alongside you, in line with your shoulders. Inhale, bringing the arms up. You're staying in your lunge. Keep your back heel anchored as you exhale and pull down. And then one last time. Inhale, send those arms up. And exhale, pull down. Good. Now the chair is there in front of you. You're going to keep your front knee bent. And as you exhale, you have these wings on the sides. You're just going to hinge at the hip crease and place your hands on the chair. Good. All right, everybody have your chair there? Okay, then we're just going to actually do a little bit of undulation here in the shoulders because we've just worked them. And the neck can also relax here too because you have the support of the chair, so you can allow the neck to undulate a little bit. Undulation is a really great tool to work out stiffness in the body. Okay, good. Now come to center. Hands are underneath the shoulders. Push off the back toes. Step forward. Bring the feet in line with each other. Bend the knees, hinge at the hip crease, and come up to standing. Beautiful. Yes, very nice. All of you came up out of your forward bend really well. Okay, so take your left foot forward and your right foot back. Anchor through that back heel strongly. And then place the palms together in front of the chest. And as you inhale, we're going to come forward into the lunge, opening the wings. And as you exhale, back again. So now you feel the shoulder blades parting. So there's space and broadness between the shoulder blades. As you inhale and come in, now the shoulder blades squeeze towards each other. And as you exhale, there's space between the shoulder blades. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale. The chest stays lifted, but you have lots of space between the shoulder blades. And then last time, come into the lunge and stay. So last time we were in this lunge, we brought the arms up and down. Now we're going to take the arms, I'm just moving to the side so you can see a little better, is to take the arms out to the side at shoulder level and then exhale and squeeze in. So it's a different movement. Inhale, the arms move out to the side so the shoulder blades broaden. And then as you exhale, squeeze the elbows in and the shoulder blades squeeze together. Yeah, you keep your hands alongside your body. They don't come towards the front. Inhale, reach the arms out. The arms stay in the side body line and only pull in as much as you can without the arms coming forward. Good. Now inhale in this position. And as you exhale, forward fold, place your hands on your chair. The front knee stays bent. And then again, do a little bit of undulation. Work out the glue in the upper back, in the shoulders, in the neck. Rolling around in that area, working it out. Stay anchored in the back heel as you undulate in the shoulders, kind of like a wave of movement through the shoulders. Back and forth, finding different patterns that work into those tight places. Excellent. Let's let the head hang. Just let the head hang there. It's good for the head to just hang and stretch the back of the neck. Okay, and then come to neutral. So then your head comes in line with the spine. Press down through both feet, push off the back toes, and step the feet together. And then here, we're going to stay in this forward bend and keep the knees bent so the feet are parallel to each other. The shoulders are over the wrists. The heels are underneath the hips, like if you were kneeling on the floor and your knees are bent slightly. So go ahead and bend your knees slightly a little bit there, Edie, good. Now, as you inhale, you're going to lift your tail and take your chest towards the back of your chair, but watch the neck. You don't want to overlift the chin. And then as you exhale, tuck your tail and round your back and let your head hang. Inhale, keep your knees bent, lift your tail, take your chest forward, shoulders back. Exhale, round your back. So you're pushing up between the shoulder blades here, getting a stretch. And then inhaling, you're getting a little squeeze, opening the front body, lifting your tail. And then exhaling, rounding your back. And last time, inhaling, opening the chest, lifting your tail. And as you exhale, come to neutral. So neutral spine, take your hands on your hips, lift up from the hip crease and come up to standing. Okay, so we're going to do one more standing pose, and some of you might appreciate having the back of the chair in front of you, especially if your balance is a little off. Today, you have the support of the chair. Okay, but just so that you can see better, I am going to move the chair out of the way, okay, so that you can see what the arm movements are a little better. So take the feet wide, you're facing your chair. So if your mat is, yeah, sorry, I forgot to give that little pointer. You're gonna be wide on your mat. Okay, good. Yeah, it's a little thing with the camera and the props and all of that, but I think you guys have it now. All right, so the back foot's gonna turn in slightly, so let's have that be our right foot. And then the left foot turns out 90 degrees. Good. Okay. So then your head, remember we had this little head movement. So if you need to have the chair for balance, you can just move your front arm, which is the same as the leg that's pointing straight off the mat, and then the other hand's on the chair, okay? You're welcome to do that, okay? If you feel your balance is good, you're going to inhale and come into the pose, and your head looks over the front arm. So one arm or two, doesn't matter. I want you to have your balance. Good. And then as you exhale, you're going to come back down again. Let the arms rest. And then inhale, and the head centers. And then coming in, you turn your head to look over your left fingers. And exhale, come out of the lunge, and the arms come down. And now inhale, third time, and we're going to stay in this position. So a little endurance here. And again, you're reaching from the center of the chest, the center of your back, out through your arms. Good. Now, roll the palms open. This is external rotation. The thumbs now point back behind you, and you're still reaching out, palms facing up. And now go to your second position. So one arm or two, doesn't matter. So the arms are kind of like a funnel now. Reaching out. Good. Outer back heel down. And the third position, just as high as you can comfortably go. A little endurance here. And again, if your balance is off, take your right hand onto the chair and just use your left arm. Hold. Good. And then as you come out of the position, come out of the lunge and turn the palms down and swing the arms back. All right, let's do the other side. Turn the feet forward. And then your left toes turn in now, and your right foot turns out 90 degrees. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. So the chest is in line with the long side of the mat. And as you inhale, you come into the arm lift in line with the shoulders, and your head turns to look over the right fingers. Your front knee comes into a little lunge. And then exhale, head centers, arms come down. So you just give them a little break. And then inhale, back up to shoulder level. Right now the palms are facing down, and you're looking over your right fingers. Exhale, come back out of the pose, let the shoulders rest, lift your spine. And then finally coming into the pose and staying in the pose. Outer back heel down. Reach through the fingertips, looking over the fingertips. Now rotating the palms up from the ceiling, and not just the palms, but from the base of the shoulders. Rotate from the base of the shoulders so the entire inner arm, inner elbow, inner wrist, and palms face up. Then stay in your stance and go to the second position. And again, it's your right arm that lifts. If you need to hold the chair, that's fine. It's just your right arm or both arms, whatever works for you. You're in your funnel shape. And then finally, just come up as high as you comfortably can go, staying in your lunge, one arm or two, be safe. Breathe. Good, and then as you exhale, slowly come out, palms rolling down. Turn the feet forward and then step to the center. Okay, so we've done, how do your shoulders feel? Up, down? Anybody feeling any shoulder trouble? Okay, because now we're going to do a little strengthening. And so we're going to set up the chairs again so that the Seat faces you and all 4 legs of the chair are on your mat because we don't want the chair to move. Or you could set it up against a wall. So I noticed some of you are close to a wall like Iris. You could put the back of the chair on the wall. So the main thing is we don't want the chair to move. And let me just show you what we're going to do so you can see, because your heads will be down and I want you to be able to see what we're doing. Okay, so all 4 of my legs are on the chair, on the mat. And I'm going to do a nice even forward bend, hands on the chair. And then step back to do a downward facing dog. So this is really where you get a good stretch through that armpit area here. If you have a shoulder that's bothersome, maybe you only go this far back, that's okay. You're just stretching as much as you can. But if you can go farther back, that's good. If you have tight hamstrings, I want you to bend your knees because we want the spine to be long. If you straighten your legs and you end up feeling like this, then you need to bend your knees. Then we're going to come forward into plank. This is the strengthening piece. So you want to feel that imaginary block between the thighs, nice and tall. Make sure you're not drooping your head or lifting your head, but it's in line with the spine. And then back again. So we'll do that a couple times. And then the third part of this is we're going to come into plank, and then you're just going to do a little dip and a little push up. Couple times. Again, strengthening your chest. Then to come out, we'll walk forward and come up evenly through the spine. Okay, so it's a three parts. Iris, you have a question?
So when you were doing the plank, it looked like you were up on your toes. Should we be on our toes or feet flat?
When you're in the plank, it's really hard to have the feet flat. You have to have the heels lifted. Yeah, it is kind of hard to see in my picture. Yeah, so you have to have your toes like that. You don't really want to be on the tops of the feet right now, which is another a way feet can be. But the other thing is you want to make sure that this line right here is that your shoulders are a little back from your wrists. If you're like this, then it's going to be really hard on your wrists. So make sure that your arms are a little at an angle from the chair. Okay?
Thank you.
Did I answer your question, Iris? All right. Laura, you went, I can't really see you because you're the window is so light behind you. Just so you know, I can't really give you feedback. Okay, so let's go into our downward facing dog to stretch. And Karen, I noticed that you have a shoulder that doesn't want to go that far, so just be careful in your dog. Okay, good, that's better. Thanks, Laura. All right, so feet are at hip width. Bend the knees. Hinge at the hip crease and fold forward and place the hands on your chair. And have it be so that the shoulders are just a little back from the wrists, because this will be your plank position. Palms are on the seat of the chair. Pull the shoulders back away from the ears and open the chest over the seat of the chair. And I see a lot of you lifting your chin. See if you can tuck your chin a little bit. Good. Now walk the feet back and lift your hips and stretch into your dog. So you want to push your hips back away from the chair, away from the floor. If you start to hunch your upper back, then bend your knees a little bit. Good. And now inhale and come forward into your plank. So the legs are straight, shoulders back. Good, and the head is in line with the heels. Good, so this is strengthening the upper back. Feel the strength between the shoulder blades, don't sink. Now push the hips back on an exhale, go back into your down dog. So here we get a stretch. And then inhale and come forward back into your plank. Now we get some strength. Little endurance, tuck your chin a little bit, Mary. Back neck stays long. Everybody looks good that I can see. And then back into your dog. Okay, now we do a little bit more with our strengthening when we come back into plank. Excuse me. Coming into plank, hold this. Okay, and now see if you can bend the elbows back a little bit and just do a little dip down. The shoulder blades come towards each other. Push into your chair to come back up, and then go back to your dog. Let's do that again. Inhale, come forward. This is 3 steps in this. Exhale, bend a little bit the elbows so the shoulders come together. Shoulder blades come together, come back out, pressing up through the chair, and push back into your dog. We're gonna do one more time. If your wrists are starting to bother you, you can come out of the pose. Inhale, come into your plank, hold steady in your middle. Exhale and just do a little dip between the shoulder blades, press through the chair, come back up, feel broad between the shoulder blades, and we're ending in your dog. So push the hips back. Then from your dog, look up at your chair and walk in towards your chair till your feet are underneath your hips. Take your hands on your hip crease. Inhale, swing your body up to standing. Good. Little shoulder strengthening. So you can also do this on a wall. I don't know if you can see, but I'm at a little bit of an angle from the wall. Actually, I think that you can see this wall better maybe. So I'm a little bit of an angle. If that was a lot for you on the chair, you can use a wall. See how I'm at an angle? My arms are in line with my shoulders, and you can do the little dip and push back. If you have one shoulder, you can do a little dip and go back, but you have to stay nice and strong in your middle. But this is a way to strengthen your upper body in a nice, gentle way. And of course, do the other side. And then you can keep your upper body nice and strong. Okay, so let's come down to the floor. And let's go on to your backs. Coming onto your backs. And just feel your shoulders, your neck, all those places we just worked on. Just let the floor hold. And again, bending the knees is the best way to allow those areas to just settle more deeply on the floor. Feel any sensations in your body? Any tingling, any new warmth? You might even have aggravated something. And if so, just allow that area to soften and release towards the floor. Use your exhalations to quiet any agitation. And then, so we've worked on front and back and side to side, and we're just going to work a little bit on a diagonal before we finish today. So take the arms out at shoulder level. If you have a shoulder, anything going on with your shoulders, you're going to have the arms a little lower than shoulder level. And then bring the knees and feet together. So you're going to glue your inner knees, inner feet, inner thighs together. And you're going to keep that glue there as we do a little twist. So you're going to stack the hips, the knees, and the feet as we turn to one side. And rolling onto the pinky toe side of your right foot first, inhale. And as you exhale, roll over onto the pinky toe side of your right foot, stacking your knees, your hips, but your left shoulder stays down. So you feel that little diagonal pull across the chest. Inhale back up again. Inhale, and as you exhale, roll over to the left side, left pinky toe side of your foot's on the floor. The right foot can lift off and stack on top. Knees stacked, hips stacked, and then your right shoulder stays on the floor. And then on an inhale, lift back up again to center. And then the first side, going over to the right side, pinky toe of your right foot on the floor, lift the left foot on top, and inhale back up to center again. And then the left side, swinging over onto the pinky toe side of your left foot, stacking the feet and the knees and the hips, right shoulder stays down. Inhale back up again, and let's do one more time on each side, just feeling that diagonal. Just stay on this side for a couple breaths. Let's say 2 breaths, you're just staying rolled to the right, left shoulder sandbag down, and the head can turn away from the knees, softening in the neck. So you're getting all those places we worked on today. And then on an inhale, swing the knees back up, head to center. And then grounding through the right shoulder blade, let it sandbag to the floor as you roll the legs over to the left, stacking the feet, the knees, the hips, and the head rolls to the right, away from the knees. And feeling that diagonal stretch as you stay there for a couple breaths across the chest and into the armpit area, into the side neck. And then inhale and swing the legs back up again and tuck them in and give them a little hug. And you're welcome to just roll a little bit on your lower back, whatever feels good before you go into your final relaxation pose. Evening out the pelvis, massaging the lower back. And then when you're ready, you can come down into your resting position, ideally with something underneath your knees, a little blanket roll, or you can put your legs up on your chair. And then just settle your body down. Relax the head. Feel the back of the head on the floor, soft and quiet. Across the face, across the mind. Your breathing, also very quiet. And then moving down into the neck and shoulders, make sure that your inner arms are rolled open towards the ceiling from the shoulder joints. And that the shoulders are tucked underneath you so they're flat, not pinched or hunched, but flat shoulder blades relaxed on the floor. And if you need to move the arms out away from your body a little bit to get those shoulders to release, then slide them out to the side so that you can relax fully in the chest and the upper back and across the shoulders. And let that relaxation go all the way down the arms, the elbows, the wrists, the fingers. And feel your quiet breathing through the nose and how it moves your body. Expanding on the inhale, releasing on the exhale. And relax around your belly, your lower back, the pelvis, comfortable on the floor, the buttock area, soft and relaxed, supported by the floor. And then feeling that relaxation in the hip joints and all the way down the thighs, relaxing the legs to the knees. And then down through the calf muscles, the shins, the ankles. And then feeling the heels relaxed on the floor so that the feet can completely release. Inner and outer feet. Bottoms of the feet, tops of the feet, and out through the. And then 3 intentional cleansing breaths from the top of the head down through the fingertips and out through the tips of the toes on your exhalation. Release any tension. And then slowly coming out of your relaxation, now start to bring your body to life a little bit by wiggling your fingers and toes. And bend your knees in towards your chest. Take an inhale in this position, and when you're ready, as you exhale, roll over to one side. Come up slowly, support your head and neck. Gently open your eyes and come up to sitting. And sit up tall, so your spine is nice and tall. Bringing the palms together in front of the chest, a little gesture of gratitude for your body, all that it does for you. For your mind, helping you to make good decisions. For your breath that's always there, reminding you of every moment. And for your heart space, filled with love and compassion and kindness. For this practice of yoga that helps us integrate all those parts into wholeness and health and happiness. And anything else you'd like to bring into your heart this morning with gratitude. And gently open the eyes. The light within me greets the light within you. Namaste. Thank you, ladies. I hope your shoulders and neck feel good today. Bye, Karen.
Thank you so much.
Nice.
Felt so good.
Oh, good. We all need it, don't we? Oh. All right, Iris. I hope that helps you on the computer for your day today.
Thank you again. We'll see you later.
Okay, see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Karen. Okay, I'm gonna see about unmuting you. Okay,
Thank
Karen,
you,
what do you
Llewellyne.
have to say? Thank you, Mary. See you soon.
Yes.
Okay, Llewellyne,
Yeah, Karen.
I don't have a block, but I have a bookcase right in front of me. So I looked for the biggest book I could find,
That's perfect.
in The Ecstasy by Irving Stone.